Pan Seared Lamb Chops. That's what we're gonna be making today. Now, I have tried lamb chops all over the place, but let me tell you, nothing tastes better for me than when I make them at home. So I figured I will show you how to do the same thing. Not only is it delicious, but they are so easy to make. You can do it in 15 minutes or less. And you know, if you're rocking with me, the flavor's definitely gonna be there. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this recipe is very easy. So all you need is a couple things. You need some unsalted butter, garlic cloves. I'm using a marinade, which I love. You can use whatever you like, or you don't have to use it at all. I'm using my all-purpose seasoning from House of Flava. You can season it with salt and pepper and a little bit of olive oil. And of course, the star of the dish is of course the lamb chops themselves. Now, usually when you buy your lamb chops out of the store, that's what a rack of lamb is. It comes in a rack. So what I did prior to this, and you could do the same thing, is just trim the fat off the top of it, get it lean like you want to, or leave a little fat up there. There's nothing ever wrong with that because fat has flavor. And you just want to slice them down the middle a little bit. It should come off fairly easy. Sometimes you hit a bone a little bit. Pretty much take them off, layer them out, and then of course they end up just like this. So once you have them trimmed down exactly like you like it, the first step is just to add a little bit of olive oil. So I'll add olive oil literally just like this. You can be liberal. And what you want to do is you just want to take that olive oil and you want to get it nice and lathered up. I do that because I like, of course, for the actual seasoning to stick really well to it. Now, once you have the oil and everything up there, the next thing you want to do is to add a little bit of seasoning. And like I said, I'm using House of Flava All Purpose Seasoning. I use it on everything. You can use whatever you like. But for me, this has the right blend of spices and everything that makes it taste really good. So I'm going to season this up just like this. Then I'm going to flip these over here like this and get some nice, look at that. You want to get them right in there. And because I put that olive oil at first, it acts as a bonding agent. And then you're ready. I wish it was magic to this. It is this simple. It's so good, right? So once you get them in there, now a code of rule for anything seasoning, you just let it sit for a few minutes. But in this, I'm gonna just cook it right away and get right to the action and heat it up because I think that it's ready to go. But it wouldn't hurt if you let this flavor and the seasoning sit in maybe 10-15 minutes. Now I'm gonna get my pan fired up right here and I'm gonna tell you maybe like a good minute. You wanna get a good surface heat so where you put your hand over top of it, you feel it nice and warm. Now usually you might wanna add some olive oil or some type of fat to this, but for me, because I've already taken the lamb chops themselves and put some olive oil and stuff in there, I wanna get a nice sear on this and I'm only gonna do it for a few minutes. So I'm gonna just let the pan get nice and hot and get to cooking. Now when your pan isn't nice and hot like you want, you just wanna go ahead and lay those inside. You hear that sound? That's the sound of good eating right there. Now you don't want to overcook this, and depending on your desired doneness, you want to just leave them in for a few moments on one side. Just let it sit there really good and get a really good sear to it, and the rest will take its course. And do not overcrowd the pan because the food needs a little room and air to breathe. You'll see it starting to smoke up very nice. Now this has only been in a minute. Now look at that. I'll flip that right over. Look at that. For a couple minutes. Now let me throw a little butter in there because butter makes everything better. Y'all know butter makes everything better. Now what I like to do with the garlic is I like to just give it a pop and then I'll take a little bit of that garlic and I'll drop that garlic right inside the pan. Now because I am cooking these lamb chops in batches, I'm just going to remove this from the pan for right now so they don't overcook. And then what will happen is I'll cook the other remaining lamb chops and then add the marinade right at the end. Now you want to take your marinade, or if you don't have it, you could just let this cook for a couple seconds and you're ready to go. Me, I love this glaze and marinade because of how it's made, and it absorbs in that in the meat so good. It's a favorite. So I just put a little bit in here. And let me tell you, they don't have smell-o-vision yet. Maybe that'll exist one day. But this is delicious. Look at that glaze. Look at how that glaze just now falls off of that. It's so good. So here we go. So after a couple minutes, maybe 2 additional minutes on low heat, you just want that marinade to settle in. I think we're ready to go. Let me get a plate, and we're gonna plate this up, and look at that. Anybody can cook. If I can do it, you can do it. Now we're gonna cut that heat off, and we're gonna plate this up right here. Nothing fancy, just to get it out here, to show you how easy this is and delicious this looks. There we go, look at that. It's beautiful. If you were plating this, you would just plate this right over the top like that. Just like that. And let me tell you, that fresh garlic, don't be stingy with that either. You drop that around. Now you can finish this off with a little bit of red pepper, some fine parsley, and I think you'll be good to go. That's if you like a little spice, but there you go. Pan-seared rack of lamb, cut down into lamb chops, and let me tell you, it is so delicious. There you go. I told you it was easy, simple, and it was so delicious. And I know you can't taste it, but the quicker that you go ahead and try this on your own, you will be able to. Don't forget to like, follow, comment, and share. If there's a different way you like it or you experience it in another country and you want to share, I would love to hear that as well. But don't forget, when you share my message, you say, not only does he have skills, most importantly, he's got flavor. Have a good one. Thank you for hanging out with me in the kitchen today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share with a friend. See y'all soon.